All right, guys, Divine Hood here again. I forgot to add this altcoin to my prior video, so I'm just going to make a standalone video about basic attention token. It's just going to be a quick one. Someone asked for this in the comments, so I want to include this. All right, so we're on the weekly chart here. We can look at some key things here. You can see that it's kind of been ranging since this last big push down here, since May of 2022 or June of 2022. So what we could do here, just off the bat, we could do a fixed range volume pull of the relevant price action of this kind of range that we've been doing. You could pull it from this candle here, or you could pull it down to this candle, this weekly candle here. I think they're pretty much the same exact range. So let's go ahead and do that there. Right away, you can see that this range has been really highly respected. Rejected from value area high, came down to value area low, came down to value area low again, broke value area low, kind of wicked above it, but couldn't hold it, came below it, held, pumped up to the POC, reclaimed, reestablished price action within the range, pumped up, continued to hold the value area low, pumped up to value area high, lost value area low, back tested it, started to form a range on the weekly below it, but finally when we broke above it, we broke up to the value area high, came down to the value area low, held it, now we're pumping up again. So this range is a very valid range to be looking at here on basic attention token. We could do now, let me just get rid of this range for a second. I'll repost that and I'll re-put that on the chart in a second. Man, this is a tough one here. Let's see. I don't see much pitchforks we could use. I don't like how these lows, this low is lower than those lows, so I wouldn't be doing a pitchfork from like here to here to here. It's not going to be as valid. It's still, well, I guess we'll use it. Let's see it here. Let's see how this looks, because we did reject from the top of the pitchfork, even though it's kind of a more bearish looking pitchfork or a sideways looking pitchfork, and we are holding the midline on the weekly and pumping up to the upper band. So let's check this out here, guys. Let's zoom in onto the daily chart. Actually, let me go back to the weekly and look at weekly levels real quick. Let's see, we took this weekly. We don't need that. So we have the fresh weekly up here from a few weeks ago. We can mark that out right here. That's a weekly level we want to mark out. And then we could mark out, well, we don't want to mark this one out yet because the weekly hasn't closed. It's only Tuesday. You could mark out this weekly down here, but that's kind of way far away. We'll just put it on the chart for now, see how it goes. Zoom in, and then I would probably do an anchored VWAP from this low at the bottom of the pitchfork here. Let's look at one from the top. Okay, they're pretty much coming together, so that's going to be an important level to look at there. And then we could also pull an anchored VWAP from this high here, right at the start of this range. And they're all three coming together. You can see that right there. That looks really, really nice. So let's check this out now. Let's pull the range again from present day to this level here. Okay, right away we can see the value area high is aligning with the weekly. That's something to be watching there. And then POC's not too far away from those anchored VWAPs. But let's zoom into the daily now. Let's check this daily out. I can see just right away that what we did on the daily is we might have just taken the liquidity from this internal high here. Or was it a double top? Nope, we took it. So you can see we did an SFP here, a possible SFP just today. Wow, it got a pretty big pump today. I don't know if some bullish news happened or something. But let's go zoom in onto the 4-hour chart. And let's really zoom in here. You know, it's more of a double top than an SFP. You can see the wick did wick a little bit above it, but really people give a little bit of breathing room for their stops, so they'll set it a little bit higher. It is technically a valid SFP. We did wick above the level, and now we're starting to correct. All right, just in general, we do see this box of support with these three key anchored VWAPs in this area, which is close to the POC here, but it's kind of a big level range to be watching. We could also, let me just get rid of that here. I'm going to get rid of these anchored VWAPs for now. All right, so we took the SFP of the highs and we're starting to correct down, but we did see a parabolic move up to that. So that's why we're correcting from where we're at now is these internal liquidity highs here. And we might be starting to form a channel here. If we start correcting, you could take the channel high from this high here. You could bring it to the local high we just created, bring it down to this first low. Yeah, it's pretty nice respected. Even in the past, you can see midline here. Held the midline for a while, but lost it, came back down. Held it here, and we're pushing up. And then the POC, well, it's iffy on this one, you guys. I don't know if I'd put that on there yet. Let's zoom in here. What we could be doing now is we could be playing sort of a range from this low here. The last time we held the value area low and we pumped up to the value area high, we could pull a range from there to present day, and we could look at that range as well. Okay, so let me hide the bigger range. Nope, wrong one. That's the bigger range. Okay, smaller range here. All right. And what we could do is we could pull a fib from the last lows before this parabolic move up just today. We could look at the golden pocket first and foremost, and golden pocket is alignment with the value area low. So if we do reject here, look at this is a level just for an internal trade, like a day trade or a scalp trade. You could be looking to come back down here because we also are rejecting from this pitchfork band. You could see how this band here, these two little lines, this is what I call a band, upper band of the pitchfork. So you can see how we wicked into the top of the pitchfork band here, and we took liquidity, but now we're losing the band of support. So we could come back down. 22.36 is the golden pocket in alignment with this smaller range value area low. That could be a level you're looking to long. Momentum waves, money flow does look kind of nice, so we could see, let's see here. Let me go on to the daily chart. Let's look at the daily momentum. Okay, momentum's bottomed out. Money flow is kind of starting to come up again. So yeah, that looks decent. I bet you after today's close, that money flow is going to be coming up just with this explosive price action we saw today. But I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin starts ranging or dropping a little bit if we do come back down to that 23.6, hit that level there. Let's look at the bigger range. Okay. So the bigger range POC is going to be our 0.5. Yep. All right. Let me look at something real quick here. I'm going to do a trend-based fib extinction, and I'm going to be looking at an ABC correction. So you'd go from the high to the low to the high here. Pull it over. Yeah, we did hit our 1-to-1. So I was just speculating that this might be an ABC correction here, like an A wave, a B wave, C wave here. And then now we start another impulse to the upside. That's something we could be looking at. Yeah, okay. Let me get rid of that now. So levels I'd be watching really on this chart, weekly in confluence with the value area high. I'd be looking to short that with proper confirmation. Bear divs on 1 hour, 4 hour, money flow coming down, and then the value area low of the smaller range in confluence with the golden pocket at 23.6. So this here, golden pocket here, 23.6. Short from up here, long from down here. You could just play the range. Play the range, play the price action that's happening now. Long here, short here. Take profit on the long. If you long this here, take profit one would be the POC and it would be in a back test of this pitchfork band. TP1 there, TP2 there. If you do if you do short up here, the value area high in the weekly, and you can see this other lower range value area is really close. So I would be doing, you kind of have a box of support that's happening here, like this little area here. You could short this, and then you would bring it down to, you could do a theoretical fib pull after that, after we make our high. If you short that, you'd obviously want to be looking at the golden pocket. You could even look at the 382 if you think this is going to continue. So say we come up to the weekly. I'm just going to put it on the weekly here. And then, yeah, you can see our golden pocket. Let me get rid of this other golden pocket real quick. You can see our golden pockets in confluence with the big range, the 2-year range POC. So that's a TP level if you short from here. So let's see, short position. Say we short this weekly. You put your stop above this local high here that was created, this high here. You could bring it down to the POC here in the golden pocket. That's a 2.87 risk to reward ratio. So of course, adjust your position size accordingly. And you could do that, and then you could even bring it down to the pitchfork midline here, which is probably the 786. Let's see. Yeah, pretty close confluence there. So that's something to be watching for on basic attention token there. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Let's put this back to the golden pocket. I do like that golden pocket there. Now, this golden pocket's a theoretical golden pocket if we come up to the weekly first. So it's not valid yet because we haven't come up there. Right now, if we reject from where we're at, we would put it to this high here. And you can see it's in confluence with the value area low around 23.6 again. So there's that other golden pocket I just showed you guys. Okay, so one of the things that we see here is if we do a fib pull from this high to the low of the pitchfork, the high to the low of the pitchfork. We do have the golden pocket, which we already hit into. We already busted above it. But if we made it to the 886, so let's choose the 886 real quick. Okay, yeah, see how you guys, we kind of rejected from the 886 there. So oftentimes if you come on a retrace, a fib retrace, you come up to the 886 and you reject from the 886, which was also kind of close to the top of the pitchfork, then usually eventually you'll come back up to take the highs that were these highs here. So I wouldn't be surprised. You all gotta set this on your charts now and be looking for these highs to be taken right here at 38.9-ish. So look for an SFP of those highs. That would probably be my final TP if I longed this lower range value area low at 23.6, which was the golden pocket. You know, TP1 could be the POC and band, TP2 could be this weekly, and then TP3 could be up at the highs up here. Okay, so that's kind of basic attention token. I don't see too much more on this. It's kind of just ranging in this big range still. Just, you know, pay attention to the internal ranges, the smaller price action for now. I kind of just covered that stuff with you guys and just trade that and then see how that develops off that. Now, if we do come back down to this weekly down here in confluence with this lower band, that could be a spot buy for sure. You'd want to spot buy around this area, you know, the 15 to 16 cent area, and then you could ride it up higher if you think this token's going to continue doing good. All right, Merry Christmas, everyone. See you later.